years of public service to New York City, the state of New York, for his record of professional achievements and works as a champion for public safety, health, equality. It is my honor to present him to you as a candidate for an honorary doctorate degree of human letters.
Mayor Adams, it is my privilege and honor to bestow upon you the Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa in recognition of your leadership, your professional accomplishments, and your dedication as a public servant. Congratulations.
Thank you, and congratulations to you as you reach this amazing milestone in your life. Your family and friends who are here, especially, I think it was Yasmin, because I've never seen anyone like that in my life. Let me say this in my brevity. I can assure you that my comments to you will be more brief than my bio that was just read. When I was running for state senate, I was traveling one night after we completed campaigning. It was about 2 a.m. in the morning. I wanted to see my mother, who lived in South Jamaica, Queens at the time. I drove down the Belt Parkway to pull off on the Farmers Boulevard exit. There was a car on the side of the road and the hood was up. And it was one of those days when Mother Nature did not know what she wanted to do. It was hailing, it was cold, the roads were slippery. And there was a gentleman under the hood. I pulled over, and it must have been the law enforcement in me, just to ask him, could I help? And sitting in the back seat of the car was a woman holding a baby. I said, sir, are you all right? He says, yes, my alternator died and my battery died. If I could just get a boost to pull over at the Farmers Boulevard exit and use the service station. I pulled my car up next to his and pulled out my battery cables. And we attempted to connect the cables to his battery and mine, but we were in a dark place and we could not see the positive and negative terminals. I didn't have a flashlight, he didn't have a flashlight. He reached inside his car and he pulled out a book of matches. I remember how we could use them to see the cables. He lit the first match, the wind blew it out. I took the book, I lit the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the wind kept blowing it out. Then I remember my dad, when he used to smoke, he'd cuff the flame and prevent the flame from being blown out by the wind. We started looking at the cables and hooking up. We went through around 11 or 12 matches before we were able to get his car started and he drove off. Once he pulled out, I sat there for a moment and I started to think about that book of matches. I said, it's an analogy to our life. Each match is representative of who we are. And the question becomes, what are we going to do with our flame? Some people use their flame to light the pathways of others, like many of you will do. Other people will use their flames to become emotional arsonists and burn the hopes and dreams of other individuals. But there was something significant. It was not one match that completed the task. It was the accumulation of matches that allowed the task to be complete. You're not going to burn forever. Some of you are here, you may be first generation. Someone lit the path before you that allowed you now to be bright. The question is, what are you going to do with your flame? And remember those matches that the wind was blowing out? There are people in our lives right now in our city. Their flame's about to be extinguished prematurely. They're hurting. People are in pain. COVID has devastated us. Mental health illnesses is causing people to do painful things. Hurt people, and they hurt themselves. Just as I cuffed that match, we need to cuff them. As lawyers, you're going to see broken people into the criminal justice system and the civil court system. They are about to lose their flame, and if you do not hug them and help them, they will prematurely be extinguished. But there was something else significant. There were pieces of matches that no matter how much you struck them on a book, they wouldn't light. There are people you're going to meet in your life, they are mere insignificant pieces of paper with red tips on the end of them. They're never going to light. You need to just discard them and keep it moving. Don't let them get in your way, and don't be distracted. Let me end with this word. Euthymia. This is a powerful word. Sense of your own path and how to stay on it without being distracted. Euthymia. Not being distracted. Growing up dyslexic, walking into the classroom and seeing the dumb student on the back of the chair, just to discover in college that I was dyslexic. I went from a D student to an A student in the Dean's List when I learned it. Being arrested, but then becoming a captain in the police department. Being told what I couldn't do, wouldn't do, and can't do. From being dyslexic, arrested, rejected, now I'm elected. I'm the mayor. Stay on your path. Self-care. Take breathing exercises to know how the body operates. Meditate, yoga. Don't believe your career is everything. Who you are and your family is everything. It's not about just how much you make. It's how much we make of ourselves. You must take care of yourself first. If not, you're going to spend your life making money. And the rest of your life, you'll use the money to take care of your health. In 2000, at the beginning of 5 years ago, I woke up, could not see the alarm clock. The doctors told me I would be blind in a year. Had permanent nerve damage in my hands and feet. They said I was going to lose some fingers and toes due to amputation. Had an ulcer, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, the American package. And I could have easily have succumbed. Doctor said I had late stages of diabetes. I would be on medicine the rest of my life. But I determined to do something revolutionary. I went to Google and reversed it and said, how do I reverse diabetes? I learned that what I was eating was causing my diagnosis. A doctor in Ohio told me, Eric, if you change your diet, you can change your diseases. 3 weeks after going to a whole food plant-based diet, my vision came back. 3 months later, my nerve damage went away, my diabetes went in remission. My 83-year-old mother, who was diabetic for 15 years, 7 years on insulin, she joined me, and within 3 months, she was off her medication. Why am I sharing that story? I had to step outside the norm. I had to step outside what people were telling me, and I had to seek truth for myself. That's what you must do. You have the foundation of the law. Now you go out and define it, refine it, make it better for everyone that's here. And you're in a good place called America. Nowhere else on the globe is dream attached to its name. There's no German dream, there's no French dream, there's no Polish dream, but darn it, that's an American dream. Live through that dream. Enjoy that dream. Use your skills to help others accomplish their dreams.